This is about the house you are staying in. A woman is my dear child. If you believe in angels, start this video and watch it completely. Angel says, this message comes with a weight that feels like breath being held across the world. A stillness that presses against your chest and then gently insists, listen. It is not ordinary. It is not casual. Archangel Michael stands at the doorway of this message and speaks with a voice that is firm, tender, and commanding all at once. He says, I contact you. This message I am sending for you. Do not ignore me. It is my order. It is an emergency. Be careful. This is about the house you are staying in. A woman is open immediately. Read these words slowly as if you are stepping into a quiet room where the air itself has a message for you. Allow each sentence to land inside you like a bell whose vibration carries both warning and comfort. You are not alone. Something unseen is aligning the threads of your life right now so that truth can move toward you. The urgency you feel, the prickling at the back of your neck, the sudden butterflies in your stomach, the dream that repeats is not fear without purpose. It is a signal. Archangel Michael's presence sharpens that signal and gives it direction toward safety, toward revelation, toward release. There is a woman. I will name nothing that is not given to me in spirit, but I will paint for you what needs to be known so you can act with clarity. She has been connected to the place you call home. She moves through the walls like a soft shadow, polite, seemingly gentle, carrying a smile in daytime and a different weight in quieter hours. There are layers to her presence, some visible, many hidden. She brings with her intentions that are not all aligned with your highest good. This is not an accusation with claws. It is a call to awareness. Archangel Michael is not trying to frighten you without cause. He is not dramatizing. He is insisting that you pay attention because your well-being depends on it. Listen to the following things like a careful friend would. They are practical, spiritual, and immediate. First, trust your senses. If small things have felt off, a picture moved a tiny degree. A door latch that clicks differently, a scent that lingers when it shouldn't, footsteps that stop when you enter a room. Do not dismiss these as mere fatigue or imagination. The body is a truth teller. The spirit gives signals through it. When your gut tightens in a place that once felt safe, that tightening is sacred data. Archangel Michael says, honor that tightening. Do not explain it away to be polite to others. Your safety is not negotiable. Second, observe the woman's patterns without confronting her aggressively. Gather facts. Who has keys? Who comes and goes when you are not looking? Who knows about the small things in your life that you never mentioned aloud? Notice what she says compared to what she does. Pay attention to what she asks for. Does she ask for help? For favors, for access to things that are not hers? Is she excessively curious about your relationships, your routines, your schedule? Is there an effort to isolate you from others or to make you feel indebted to her? These are soft red flags. They are not definitive proof of malice, but they are reasons to strengthen your boundaries. Third, secure the perimeter. This is practical and immediate. Make sure doors lock, windows secure, and that no unknown duplicate keys exist. Change digital passwords that touch the house. Wi-Fi, smart locks, security cameras, shared accounts. If you feel resistance to doing straightforward protective measures because it would be dramatic, remember that protection is an act of love toward yourself and toward those who care for you. Archangel Michael says, defend your space. You have the right to a sanctuary that is guarded by both common sense and prayer. Fourth, speak protective words aloud. There is power in naming protection and blessing your space. Say in your own language or with this home is blessed, guarded and sealed with light, only what is for my highest good may remain. Say it out loud 3 times. Slowly feel the words as a line of light that settles into each corner. Call upon Archangel Michael to stand at the thresholds. Front door, back door, windows, attic, basement, and command that only truth and goodness pass through. You are not invoking paranoia. You are setting a spiritual boundary that complements the practical ones. Fifth, create witnesses. If something seems amiss, tell someone you trust what you are observing. Make notes, dates, times. A short sentence about what happened. Having another person aware of the pattern both externalizes your experience and makes it harder for covert behavior to continue. If you are alone in this, write a simple journal entry each night about what occurred. This archive will be invaluable if you later need to demonstrate a pattern. Archangel Michael instructs, do not stand alone in silence when clarity is needed. Call for allies. Sixth, test for truth gently and with dignity. You can ask questions that require facts. Who has the spare key? When was the water meter last checked? Can we list the people who have access to the house? When you ask, notice how the woman responds with openness or with small evasions. Does she pivot to guilt or to making you feel unreasonable? These emotional tactics are important signals. Someone who is not aligned with your well-being will often try to flip the narrative so you seem difficult. Archangel Michael says, do not be shamed into silence. Your questions are reasonable. Your safety is reasonable. Seventh, reclaim your personal rituals. If you cook in the kitchen, place a bowl of salt at the corners for 3 nights and then remove it. If you pray, create a nightly moment where you light a candle and ask for protection. If you read, Hold the book and whisper a short line that seals your home. Rituals anchor you in the face of uncertainty. The smallest ritual can ground you in the knowledge that you are being protected on levels you might not see. These acts are not superstition when they steady the heart. If you'd like to donate or show your appreciation, you can give a super thanks up to $100. 8. Prepare an exit plan. This is not alarming. It is prudent. Know where you would go if you needed to leave immediately. A friend's house, a nearby relative, a hotel. Keep a small bag with essentials, important documents. A change of clothes, any medication, a little cash, and a phone charger. Keep that bag accessible. Knowing you have an immediate option reduces the terror of panic and gives you power in case decisions must be fast. Archangel Michael says, be ready to move if the situation demands it. Readiness is freedom. 9th, listen for the quiet truth in your dreams. The angelic world often speaks in images and feelings. If a dream repeats, a woman at the window, a drawer opened, a letter found, do not toss it aside. Write the dream down the moment you wake. Dreams are a kind of intelligence. They compress insight into symbols. Archangel Michael will sometimes use dreams to nudge you toward seeing a thread you missed in daylight. Treat those visions as pointers, not panic engines. 10th. Do not weaponize fear. There is a line between vigilance and becoming consumed by dread. Archangel Michael's purpose is to protect, not to provoke anxiety that weakens you. Each practical action you take, securing doors, speaking blessing, making notes should be accompanied by a breath that returns you to center. Pray, meditate, sing, or simply take a walk in the light. The balance of practical protection and inner peace is the safest posture. Now I will speak plainly about something else the Spirit has made clear. There may be unseen motives behind the woman's kindness. Sometimes people carry with them a need to belong that becomes invasive. Sometimes people have been taught to search for value in other people's lives. Sometimes a woman moving through a home with the intention to center herself in, it is propelled by fear or by a sense of lack. This does not excuse deception if it is present, but it helps you hold complexity. The person at the center of this may not be wholly evil. She may be wounded. That knowledge allows you to protect yourself without burning with hatred. Protect firmly. Love where possible. Boundaries are acts of sanctified self-respect. If the situation escalates or if you find concrete evidence of manipulation, missing items returned in odd places, financial irregularities, digital accounts accessed. Do not hesitate to involve authorities, legal counsel, or trusted community leaders. This is not being dramatic. It is being accountable. Archangel Michael says, when the physical manifests harm, use the physical instruments available to you. Spiritual protection is not a substitute for lawful action. There is another layer. Forgive yourself for anything you feel you may have done wrong in allowing this person into your space. Shame is a heavy cloak that the enemy loves to use to keep people silent. You are deserving of mercy. You are deserving of shelter. Archangel Michael stands as both sword and balm, fierce in protection, tender in the care of your soul. The presence of someone problematic in your home is not proof you are weak. It may be a test, a lesson, or simply life's messy crossing. What matters now is how you respond with clarity, with courage, and with the steady conviction that God's light surrounds you and will not permit what is not for your good to remain. Hear this next instruction as if it is being spoken into the hollow place where doubt lives. Do not let shame keep you isolated. Tell a trusted friend, I need you to be a witness. Make your voice known. There is power in communal truth. When others hear and hold your experience, deception loses its fuel. You may ask, what if she leaves? What if she reacts? What if she tries to turn people against me? Prepare for those possibilities. Keep your tone calm. Speak in facts. Keep records. If she attempts to escalate emotionally, step back and state simple boundaries. I am not comfortable with that. I prefer we keep certain things private. If slander or lies appear, let truth be patient and consistent. People who know you will notice the incongruence. Archangel Michael wants you to know about certain protective symbols. If this resonates with you, place an object of light near your entrance. Something that in your heart signifies safety. A white cloth, a small cross, a bowl of water blessed with your intention, a photograph of a loved one who embodies protection. These are not talismans of control but anchors of intention. When you pass the threshold, touch the object and say, I am safe. I am light. Repetition trains your spirit to register safety even when outer things shift. Here is a promise that is as real as breath. Truth tends to reveal itself. The universe arranges its own corrections. People who attempt to hide things often tangle themselves in their own stories. Patterns become visible, secrets leak in small telling ways. You do not need to force a spectacular moment of revelation. Simple observation combined with spiritual asking will be enough to bring clarity into the open. Patience paired with action becomes a magnet for truth. If confrontation becomes necessary, plan it. Do not let it surprise you. Choose a public place or choose to have another person present. Speak with calm specificity. Do not raise your voice to gain moral ground. Speak to be heard and to create a record. If the confrontation risks violence or extreme escalation, withdraw and call for backup. Safety comes first. Archangel Michael does not call you to be reckless in the name of courage. Also, watch for gestures of genuine repentance. If the woman recognizes a boundary and respects it without manipulation, offer room for change. People are not one thing forever, but your caution must remain. Mercy and wisdom together are the highest route. Forgive when trust is rebuilt, but only when it is rebuilt with consistent, verifiable action. Do not forget to pray for her. If you can. Praying for those who wound us is hard, but it loosens anger from your heart and places healing where it is needed. You are not required to welcome her back into the inner circle. You are required to be a vessel of higher light whether or not others choose it. Now, a directive from Archangel Michael about timelines. Move quickly but deliberately. Begin the practical protections within the next 24 to 72 hours. Speak a witness to one trusted person, today. Secure the locks, the keys, the passwords within this window. Intention without action is incomplete. Action without intention is hollow. Let your practical steps be guided by prayer and your prayer be energized by decisive movement. There will be moments when fear whispers that you chose wrongly, that you are overreacting, that you will be judged. In those moments, stand in the small facts you have gathered. Repeat the protective words. Touch the object of light. Breathe. Remember that boundaries are a holy practice. They conserve your spiritual energy for healing, for creativity, for love. They affirm that you are worthy of a safe dwelling. If you have children or vulnerable people in the house, prioritize their protection and their sense of security. Speak with them in age-appropriate ways. Teach them a simple phrase they can use if they feel uncomfortable. I need a grown-up. Create a plan together so that they know they are not trapped by fear and that there are trusted adults they can call on immediately. Archangel Michael says, I will stand with you. When you call his name, imagine a sword of light that is not for hurting, but for cutting through lies and confusion. Imagine a shield that surrounds your home like a clear dome where only truth and love may enter. Picture that shield shimmering, immovable, and breathe into it. The imagination is a tool that the Spirit uses to anchor protection. Do not forget your daily nourishment. Eat well. Sleep when you can. Walk in daylight. Speak to people who give you life. Evil feeds on isolation and tiredness. Your bright healthy living is itself a rebuke to anything seeking to dim your light. Finally, hold this promise close. You will not be abandoned. There are forces of light around you now that you may not see. There are human allies who will come if you call them. There is a path out of this that preserves your dignity and restores your peace. The woman in your house is only one chapter, not the whole story. You are being moved toward a season where safety is restored and joy returns. Open immediately, Archangel Michael commanded. Now open within yourself the courage to act. Do one practical thing in the next hour. Lock a door. Call a friend. Write down what you observed. Small acts begin avalanches of change. I have given you a map, spiritual practices, practical steps, emotional guidance, and a timeline. Follow it with discernment and firmness. If you want, name 3 actions you will take in the next 24 hours, and I will speak blessing over them with you now. May each one be a doorway into safety. May each one return peace to your heart. May the light that surrounds you grow until no shadow can shelter harm. May Archangel Michael's voice be in your ears and his sword guard your thresholds. May your home be a sanctuary again. Open immediately. Take action now. You are protected. You are loved. I hear you. Archangel Michael's voice is ringing clear. Urgent and bright, and he will not be ignored. Read this slowly with your hands steady and your breath calm, because what I bring to you now is not ordinary counsel or a passing nudge. This is an order from heaven itself to your heart. Do not ignore this. This is about the house where you are staying. This is about a woman inside or near that house. Archangel Michael says, open this message now. Do not delay. Listen. Michael's presence is like a shield of brilliant humming light that stands at the threshold of your home. He places his hand on the frame of your doorway and says, this is my command. Protect what is mine. Protect the life that God has entrusted. There is a tone in his voice that matches the crack of thunder and the hush before dawn. Fierce, gentle, absolute. He is telling you the truth without sugarcoating a single syllable. There is someone, a woman, connected to the house where you sleep, live, pray, and keep your small, quiet things. She is not what she appears to be. She is not bringing peace. Do not let fear take the driver's seat. Michael is not trying to terrify you. He is trying to wake your spirit up enough to act, to move, to protect. He says, be careful, very careful. There are signs and small whispers you may have brushed off as coincidence. He wants those tiny soft alarms to be heard now as the loud bell they are. You may have felt a chill in a room that did not belong to the season. You may have noticed small things misplaced or a smell that comes and goes like a rumor. You may have woken with a knot in your stomach, an odd exhaustion or an unsettledness that you cannot name. Michael calls those the first bells. He says those are not meaningless, they are warnings. This woman, listen closely. She may be near you in the house. She may be someone who comes in and out. She may be a neighbor or a friend of the family, a woman who visits carrying sweets and smiles. She may speak softly and appear helpful, charming, even distressed at times, so you will lower your guard. Michael warns, a peer will deceive if you allow them to. Her laughter may be like a melody that hides a hollow note. Her hands may carry gifts that smell like things you trust. She may offer tea, advice, or a shoulder. And she may stand at the edges of your life, watching how you keep your doors, how you leave your keys, how you trust. Archangel Michael says, do not confront her in rage. Do not let pride or arrogance push you into a corner where you act without the light of discernment. This is a strategic warning, not a call to violence. Michael's way is lawful and luminous. He asks you to build a shield of sense, wisdom, and prayer. He says, gather truth before action, do not spread accusations. Instead, collect evidence of what is happening and protect your life like you would protect a child. Keep witnesses close. Let spiritual discernment lead and human prudence follow. Michael shows you the spiritual picture and it is layered. At the surface, there are small betrayals, stolen moments of your peace, smiles that leave a chill, whispered stories that come back changed. Underneath that surface, there is motive. Something she wants or needs that involves your home, a place to hide things, a way to access your life, or a plan to influence a decision that affects you deeply. He says there are secrets she carries in pockets of silence. The house itself is a stage for those secrets. You may ask, why would she do this? Why the house? Michael answers the house is where the heart's habits live. The house is the map of your life's routines. Whoever controls the threshold controls small things first. Mails, keys, quiet access to rooms where private papers, medicines, and devices are kept. Michael's concern is not merely material. It is about the sanctity of what is sacred to you. Your rest, your prayer times, your ability to sleep without fear. He says, when someone reaches for your house, they are reaching for your life's quiet, and that must not be allowed. I know you want specifics. Michael gives them like a clear bell tolling across mist. He says, pay attention to these things now. This is urgent. Listen with your whole heart and do not skim these words as if they can be returned unopened. Archangel Michael stands before you now, not as a distant idea, not as a whisper lost in the wind, but as a living presence of protection and command. He has come at God's bidding to place a single burning directive in your hands. Do not ignore this. This message is about the house where you are staying. A woman there holds a secret and that secret touches you. Open your spirit, breathe slowly and let every line sink in as if it were a lamp guiding your feet on a dark night. Right now in the inner chambers where angels move, there is a ripple of divine attention focused on you. Michael's voice is steady, tender, and relentless because love that protects will not relent until safety is secured. He says, be careful. Trust the light. When a messenger like this speaks, the tone is not to scare you. It is to awaken sober awareness. Imagine a warm golden light tracing the edges of the rooms you sleep in, the corridors you pass through, the corners you rarely look at. The light shows what the eye alone cannot. The warning is not meant to make you fearful. It is meant to make you wise. The woman mentioned is not a symbol. She is a person who shares the space of your life. Perhaps a neighbor, a roommate, a visitor, someone who appears gentle and ordinary, but carries a weight of hidden things. Archangel Michael urges you to notice small things you may have dismissed. A locked drawer you assumed was private. A habit of arriving or leaving at odd hours. A name that is rarely spoken but frequently written. Divine protection often begins in the details. Pay attention to gestures that feel slightly off. A laugh that does not match the eyes. A story that shifts each time it is told. A face that avoids direct questions. These are not accusations. They are signposts. God is giving you eyes to see beyond appearances. Do not let pride or shame stop you from acting. If your spirit whispers, "I don't want to bother anyone," or, "What if I am mistaken?" hush those doubts for a moment and listen to the greater voice. The voice that says, "Take careful steps." If something inside you tightens like a warning bell, honor it. Archangel Michael is not suggesting paranoia. He is equipping you with courage. Courage is not the absence of fear. It is the choice to act in the presence of fear. Guided by truth and prayer. Start with prayer that is both simple and firm. Speak aloud if you can. Say, "Lord, light my path. Michael, stand with me. Protect this house and reveal what must be revealed." Speak it 3 times if your heart trembles. Words are not magic spells that force outcomes, but they align your heart with heaven's rhythm. When you call on the protector, something shifts in the atmosphere, like the tightening of a net around a watchful thing. The very air in your home will respond to sincere prayer. You will notice a subtle easing as if a heavy curtain has been pulled back. Keep speaking. Keep trusting. Practical steps must follow the prayer because heaven often works through human hands. Begin today with small decisive actions. Check the locks on windows and doors. Look for latch plates that have been replaced, hinges that have fresh marks, or screws that were recently disturbed. If you share space with someone, quietly observe patterns of movement. Are there times when things go missing and later reappear in strange places? Does someone insist on doing things for your good that actually limit your freedom? Protect your personal papers, IDs, bank statements, keys, and any documents that bear your name. Keep them in a place only you know, and consider making digital copies stored in a secured cloud with two-step verification. These measures are not born of fear. They are wisdom anchored in prudence. If you feel safe doing so, create gentle boundaries. Boundaries can be spoken lovingly and clearly. You might say, "I need quiet at night." Or, "Please let me know when you're coming by." Small ordinary statements of need have the power to reveal character. A person who respects you will adapt, without drama. A person who resents every boundary makes their motives easier to see. Boundaries are the fences that allow intimacy to flourish safely. When someone resists them persistently, that resistance itself becomes a clue. Guard also your online presence. Sometimes the threats that press against a home begin in the virtual spaces we live in. Review who has access to your accounts. Change passwords to long phrases that only you would know. Remove people from accounts if you suspect they exploit your trust. Archangel Michael's protection is not only spiritual. It encourages wise stewardship of the practical tools of our day. If you keep a journal, consider hiding or encrypting it. If you share photos of your home online, pause and think. Who sees them? Who might be watching for opportunities? A small pause, a breath, a reconsideration can save you from complicated harm. If you sense that the situation is beyond what prayer and practical steps can manage alone, reach out to someone you trust. Speak to a close friend, a pastor, a relative, or a counselor who will listen and not dismiss your concerns. Tell them exactly what you feel and what you have observed. Don't sanitize the facts to make them sound more palatable. Clarity will bring the help you need. When you name things aloud to a trustworthy person, you create a network of witness. And there is power in witnesses. 2 or 3 people aligned in prayer and observation will multiply your protection. Archangel Michael also instructs you to document. Quietly keep notes of incidents, time, date, what happened, who was there, how you responded. This is not about building a case to punish someone. It is about creating a clear trail that can protect you if questions arise. Records are lamps in a confusing night. If something is untethered, documentation helps responsible authorities understand what is real. If everything proves to be a misunderstanding, your records will simply show that you acted wisely and with care. Trust your intuition, but marry it to facts. Intuition is a God-given compass. It points you when the maps are unclear. Yet, the compass must be read alongside the terrain. If your inner prompt says danger, corroborate it with tangible signs. Notice patterns, not just isolated moments. A one-off oddity is not always proof, but a repeating rhythm of secrecy, shifting stories, or unexplained absences is meaningful. Michael wants you to develop discernment. The spiritual eye that sees motive beneath manners. Keep your eyes on divine presence, not on accusation. The goal is not to vilify someone. It is to steward your life and those you love. God's love in this moment is protective, not punitive. It says, I will not let you be overwhelmed. I will not permit harm to go unchecked. Let mercy and justice walk together in your heart. If the woman in question needs help and correction, pray for that healing, too. Pray that truth would come gently but unmistakably, and that it would lead to restoration where possible. God's heart is for free hearts. Hearts freed from deception, shame, or hiddenness. If you discern that the situation requires stepping out, leaving the house temporarily, or moving to a safer place, plan that move carefully. Do not announce your leaving on social media. Make a plan that includes who will know where you are, how long you'll be gone, and what possessions you will take. If possible, bring a trusted friend or family member with you when you move. Archangel Michael stands at the door of transition to guard your passage. He helps you cross thresholds when you step forward with faith and prudence. Keep kindness in your posture. It is natural to feel anger, hurt, or betrayal when secrets surface. Do not let those emotions harden into a posture of retaliation. The heart guided by heaven is strong but not cruel. Speak the truth without sharpening it into a sword. If you must confront, do so in the light, with witnesses if necessary, and with tempered words. Say what must be said. I need honesty. I need safety. I need respect. Say it calmly and consistently. People sometimes collapse under the weight of divine honesty and finally choose to stand in truth. Archangel Michael also asks you to watch for signs of spiritual interference that feel heavier than ordinary conflict. When fear multiplies without clear cause. When sleep is robbed by relentless anxiety. When you find yourself doubting your own memory or feeling unmet. These can be signs that the situation has moved into a spiritual battleground. In those times, double your prayers. Create small rituals of peace. Play a hymn that soothes you. Read scripture that speaks of God's protective promises. Or light a candle and speak a dedication. This home belongs to God. No fear will hold sway here. Michael delights in these acts because they declare allegiance and remove footholds for anxious spirits. If you have pets, know that they often sense what we do not. Attend to their routines and to any changes in their behavior. Animals sometimes alert us with sensitivity and loyalty. Their restlessness or protective behavior can be an additional signal for you to pay attention. Feed them, comfort them, and let their steady presence remind you of the ordinary joys that persist even in hard seasons. Remember to care for your body. When stress mounts, sleep, nourishment, and movement are not luxuries. They are weapons of clarity. Walk outside, breathe slowly, and let sunlight fill you. Archangel Michael's protection flows through steady, healthy habits. The clearer your body and mind, the better you will perceive the right steps to take. Drink water, rest when you need to, and seek small joys that remind you of God's ongoing goodness. The angels who serve under Michael are already moving into position, preparing to place into your hands what has been held back. That is why you feel something stirring in your spirit right now. Even as you hear these words, every tear you shed has been collected. Every silent battle you fought has been recorded. And Jesus said, "This is the moment I return what was stolen. I restore what was broken. And I release what was promised." Can you feel it? The wind shifting around you. That is not imagination. It is heaven drawing near. Archangel Michael leans down again and says, "Do not miss this, beloved one. This is the confirmation you asked for. This is the sign you prayed about. This is the proof that heaven has not forgotten your name. Jesus himself declared it. And when Jesus declares a thing, no power in existence can undo it. His words do not return void. His words do not fall to the ground. His words build mountains, split seas, and create galaxies. And now those same words have been attached to your name. Beloved, heaven is alive with anticipation. The Father looks at you with joy. The Son has spoken over you. And the Spirit is breathing fresh wind into your soul. Michael is standing guard at your door, ensuring that nothing can steal what is being released. Even now, angels are arranging the path ahead of you, removing obstacles and preparing divine connections. This moment is sacred. This moment is holy. Stay with it. Do not look away, because every second you spend listening, another layer of the blessing unfolds. Archangel Michael repeats to you. Heaven does not call your name lightly. When Jesus speaks, everything responds. Watch how quickly your atmosphere begins to change. Watch how suddenly peace floods your heart. Watch how joy begins to rise again. Pause here. Breathe it in. Because the voice that once calmed the storm has now spoken to your life, and the storm must bow. My beloved soul, let me take you deeper. Because what happened when Jesus spoke your name in heaven was not a small thing. It was not a passing mention, not just a whisper. It was a declaration. It was heaven's announcement that your season has shifted, that your tears have been counted, and that your prayers have been lifted higher than you imagined. Archangel Michael leaned forward when your name was spoken. The saints paused in their worship when your name was spoken. The angels adjusted their wings when your name was spoken, because heaven does not release a name unless something glorious is about to be birthed. You may have thought that you were forgotten, that your name was buried under silence. But the very opposite is true. Your name has been engraved in the light of God. And now the heavens are preparing to deliver what has been promised since before your birth. Close your eyes for a moment and picture this. A golden throne radiant beyond words. And at the foot of that throne, rivers of living water flowing endlessly. And then there is your name rising like incense carried by angels into the heart of eternity. Jesus does not speak a name in heaven without intention. His words are not empty. His declarations are not casual. Every syllable he releases carries the weight of eternity. And when your name left his lips, it was as though creation itself remembered you. The stars listened, the earth shook with recognition, and your spirit was bathed in light. This is not about what you lost, but about what is about to be restored. This is not about who walked away, but about who is being sent into your path with purpose. And Michael, the great archangel of war and truth, has been sent to you because your name was spoken. He is not moving at random. He is moving because heaven has dispatched him. He is circling around you now, making sure no shadow can stand, no barrier can remain. He is tearing down walls you didn't even know were blocking you. He is silencing voices that spoke against you without your awareness. He is uncovering places where your destiny was buried, and he is bringing them into the open. You may not see it yet, but you will feel it. The weight lifting, the atmosphere shifting, the still small voice whispering in your spirit. You have not been overlooked. You have been chosen. Understand this. When heaven speaks your name, earth must respond. Situations must bend. People must shift. Doors must open. Even time itself must align to heaven's calendar. What was delayed is being released. What was hidden is being revealed. And what was blocked is being cleared. You do not need to force it because heaven has already set it in motion. You do not need to chase it because heaven is bringing it to you. Just as a river flows naturally, carrying everything in its current, so too is the flow of heaven carrying blessings, opportunities, and divine encounters directly into your life. Think about the times you sat alone asking if anyone truly saw you. If anyone truly cared. The silence felt heavy. The waiting seemed endless. But the silence was never absence. It was preparation. Heaven was arranging the right voices, the right timing, the right atmosphere so that when your name was finally spoken, it would be undeniable. No one can erase it now. No one can compete with it. Your story has already been stamped with divine fingerprints. And the moment has come for you to rise into it. Archangel Michael leans close to you now, whispering in your spirit. Child of God, do not doubt what is unfolding. Do not think this message found you by chance. Heaven does not operate on coincidence. This moment is divine alignment. Your name has been spoken, and because of that everything must shift in your favor. Pause and let that truth rest in your heart. Imagine Jesus himself saying your name with tears of love in his eyes. Not disappointment, not anger, but tears of compassion, longing, and joy because he sees your journey. He knows your pain, and he is bringing you into the place where your story changes. This is why you must not give up now. This is why you cannot turn away. Heaven has moved for you. Michael has been assigned to you. The clouds are parting, the weight is lifting, and the sound of your name is echoing through eternity. When your name was spoken in heaven, time itself trembled. Imagine it, the breath of Christ carrying your name across the eternal throne room, his voice like rivers of living water. His tone like thunder wrapped in honey. The angels leaned closer, for they knew the weight of such a moment. Heaven doesn't speak casually, and Jesus doesn't call names without reason. If he spoke yours, then it means heaven has shifted its focus toward you. Archangel Michael bowed his head when your name was spoken because he understood the assignment tied to your life. He has been released not simply to protect you, but to usher you into the season that heaven